Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
The Angels knew they had to have a big homestand before headed back out on the road. They also knew it wouldn't be easy, facing three teams that right now would all be in the playoffs. And hey, Greinke and Kershaw have beat most everybody this season. But time is running out, so the Angels are faced with this: win and win now. Tonight, the final game of the 2015 Freeway Series. We welcome you to the Big A, and the Freeway Series continuing tonight. As a matter of fact, wrapping things up, the Dodgers picked up the victory last night. They've now won 8 straight against the Angels. There were some dark skies up above. During batting practice, the Angels had their BP canceled. The Dodgers hit on the field. Tonight, it is the final game of this 3-game set. The Angels, with the loss last night, find themselves still 5.5 back in the West, but now 4.5 back of the Texas Rangers, who had the second wild card. Texas just 1 back of the Houston Astros. We welcome you inside the Big A and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and we've certainly seen a lot of different things, odd things, if you will, through the first couple of games of this series. And one thing that certainly stands out, Gooby, is the fact that not many good things have gone the Angels' way. Yeah, and the Dodgers have taken advantage of it. Victor, 23 hits, and take a look at our tools of the trade brought to you by Ram Trucks. Every time they seem to have someone on base, even when you were ahead of the count or behind in the count, they were putting the ball in play. And there's a ground ball right here. You would think there's going to be a play for Eric Ibar at home. But Trevor Gott gets his glove on it, unable to keep that ball in front of him. And then the play at the plate, the high throw from C.J. Cron. But to look at what you see what the Dodgers have been doing. Lots and lots of base runners. Haven't taken advantage. The Angels, when they're in those situations, the Dodgers certainly have. You got to limit the amount of outs each inning against this Dodger offense. Very patient. The on-base percentage is at .329, so they're very good as far as getting on base. You got to make sure when you get that out at you, or you need to make a quality pitch, you have to do that tonight. The Angels have a very good arm on the mound, and Garrett Richards. The Dodgers, on the other hand, have Joe Wieland on the mound. Remember, Matt Latos was scheduled to get the start. He was scratched before the game. Well, the thing is, too, with Joe Wieland, he's a guy that they don't know a whole lot about. So he's a guy that does give up some home runs when you get an opportunity to square up a baseball. Struggling that first start out, and has only started the season back on May 6th. Well, what Garrett has done against the Dodgers and the National League in general, I feel real good about Garrett going out there looking for that 14th victory. Shut out the Dodgers last year back on August 4th. 5-hit shutout, had outstanding stuff. I think he's got to go back to utilizing and using that 4-seam cut fastball a little bit more, and then the swing and miss on the slider. Halo's in desperate need of a victory before the off day tomorrow and before the Houston Astros roll into town. We are just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Series. Mentioned that the Dodgers have won now 8 straight against the Angels, and the Halos now an even 500 at 69. Garrett Richards starting his warm-up pitches. So we'll take a look at Don Mattingly's starting lineup for the Dodgers. First place in the National League West, an 8.5 game lead now over the San Francisco Giants at 80-58. Scott Schebler leading things off. He is at left field. Chase Utley is second. Adrian Gonzalez DHing for the second time of the series. Justin Turner at third. Andre Ethier in right. Corey Seager, the shortstop. Scott Van Slyke's had a nice series. He's in first tonight. Jock Peterson at center field. And it's Austin Barnes batting ninth and doing the catching as they take on Garrett Richards, making his 27th start of the season. Garrett 13-10 on the year with a 3.77 ERA.
The opponent's hitting .246 against him this season, 13-game winner. With my go-tos for Richards, just look on that success he's had in interleague starts, 9 of them in his career, 4-1 with a 1.17 ERA in 72 starts versus the Mercury Club. Still a solid record, 31-22, but an ERA 3.92. Very good fastball. Look for him to get back to using that fastball a little bit more. 2-seam and 4-seam fastball tonight. Curveball should be solid too against the lefties.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Angels behind Garrett Richards. David Murphy on left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun in right, the infield with David Freese and Eric Ibar on the left side, Taylor Featherston and C.J. Cron on the right side, Carlos Perez behind the plate.
And Cole has done some special things with the bat this season, but certainly has done the same thing out there in the outfield. 9 outfield assists for Cole Calhoun, which is third best amongst AL right fielders, which ties the career high he set last season.
Halos with the 2 losses in the first 2 games against the Dodgers, now at 41-30 on the season here at home. We know that they have struggled out on the road. Mentioned that the Astros are coming to town beginning on Friday night. That's a 3-game series, and the Angels back out on the road for a 3-city trip. Scott Schebler ready to lead things off. 4 for 10 this year at the major league level. Got into the game a couple of nights ago. Had a base hit. This is the 8th inning of Monday's contest. First one tonight. He drives one out to straightaway center field. Going back on it is Trout, and it's 1-0 Dodgers. First pitch of the game. And for the second consecutive night, the Dodgers have hit a leadoff home run.
Well, you can just see with Schebler at the plate how quick his hands were. Just the approach, you know those hands are super quick, and you have to be to hit a fastball like that from Richards. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. I mean, he was all over it. His hands were quiet, and then threw the baseball so quickly and utilized in the middle of the field and hit that ball well out to center field.
13 home runs at AAA this year. Hits his second with the Dodgers this season as Utley takes a strike. No sense in settling in, is there? That's exactly what the Dodgers have done for the first 2 games of the series. They have pushed the envelope and have been very aggressive, and they've certainly taken advantage of everything so far against the Angels.
Yeah, we talked about that in the opening. Even with any base runner on base, they've been able to get him home by putting the ball in play, forcing the defense to make a play behind him.
164th home run hit by the Dodgers this season. That leads the National League as Utley takes a strike, and it's 1-2. Another warm night here, 93 degrees at first pitch. Overcast skies. I don't believe there's a threat of rain, but we weren't expecting the rain that we got this afternoon.
A lot of it.
Yeah. Some lightning, some thunder as well. Utley goes down swinging, and there's the first out.
It's one of those backup sliders from Richards. See the target being set up by Perez, but that backs up on him. Yeah, that's going to be a pitch, I think, down the road. At times, Garrett can throw that pitch, because I've seen Kevin Apier was able to do that himself. He had that hard slider down and in, but when you let that wrist go at a certain angle, you can create almost like a screwball type effect with your slider to get a lot of swing and miss against lefties.
AJ Gonzalez takes outside, and in essence, all it is a pitch that's got slider spin to it, but doesn't have the break.
No, exactly. And it's a little manipulation of your wrist to be able to create that action to go the other way. And we've always said a lot of pitches from Garrett have been the hard fastball, the hard slider. He's been using his curveball a little bit more, but when you have a pitch like that, and he's going to learn how to throw that, I guarantee at some point, that is going to be a very effective pitch for him.
2 balls and a strike on Gonzalez. He's DHing tonight as he did on Monday's contest. 277 average, 26 home runs and 82 runs batted in. Adrian last night 1 for 3 with a couple of walks. Fouls this one back.
And the one guy that showed Apier how to throw that was Bruce Keeson, former Angel, Red Sox, Pirate. The pitching coach in Kansas City showed him exactly how to throw that slider. You let that front shoulder leak out a little bit early, and then that snap of the slider to get that different break to it.
Leadoff home run for Scott Schebler, giving the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. Overthrown break pitch. And a full count. See already Garrett with that right hand and forearm trying to wipe off the sweat. Justin Turner on deck. And he walked him.
Hyundai key for this game, especially for the pitching staff in general. For the Angels, it'll Demi Lovato, cool for the summer. That means under stressful situations, that cool approach. Don't overthrow the baseball, minimize damage in an inning. The Dodgers in the series have had some big innings against Angel pitching. That's what we've seen of late overall for the staff. Avoiding those big innings is staying cool under pressure and taking something a little bit off the pitch to get some easier outs.
Turner, the third baseman, hitting .288. 15 home runs, 52 RBIs. 0 for 3 game last night. Had a walk and was hit by a pitch. Angels pitchers in this series, for the most part, seems as if they've pitched from behind quite a bit against the Dodgers. First pitch strikes have been lacking. Pretty good fastball there, just blows it right by Turner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez, not a very big lead at all over at first base. Not a threat to run. His 2 stolen bases, been caught 3 times. One ball and 2 strikes.
It almost gives you an opportunity if you're C.J. Cron to play a little bit off the bases in case Turner is late on a fastball and he hits a ball down the line like that. As a pitcher against Gonzalez, just hold the ball enough, make him aware that you're paying attention to him. Allow C.J. Cron to get off that base a little bit quicker in case Turner hits one down the line.
One ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Turner goes down swinging, 2 out. Second strikeout for Garrett. And that'll bring up Andre Ethier.
See that cut action, his wrist on the fastball, cut fastball away by him. It's a solid pitch for Richards.
Garrett picked up the win at his last start, and that was right here at the Big A against Texas. 2 runs, 5 hits, 6 innings of work through 91 pitches. He's pitched better at home than he has out on the road this season. 9-4 at the Big A with a 3.08 ERA. 4.7 out on the road. Ethier takes a strike. Andre hitting .297, 13 home runs, 43 RBIs. Came in as a pinch hitter last night in the 9th inning. Struck out. Back at right field tonight. One and one. Angels started off the homestand on a good note, taking 2 of 3 from the Rangers. Picked up a game in the wild card standings. Lost a couple of games late. Texas has won their first 2 games against Seattle. Oh, bouncer toward the middle. Ibar will take it himself. Force out Gonzalez. Inning over, but Scott Schebler leads off the game. Very first pitch of the game with a home run to straightaway center field, so the Angels play from behind. Mike Scioscia's starting lineup, and we'll give you that here in just a second. But first pitch of the game for Schebler, and a 1-0 lead, second home run with the Dodgers this year.
Well, you might as well do it back-to-back nights. Lead off with a home run for Cole.
Cole did it. He's homered in the last 2 games. 2 nights ago against Greinke, last night against Kershaw. Cole ended up going 2 for 5 last night. 269 average, 23 home runs, 72 runs batted in. 7-game hitting streak for him. Wheelin's first one's in there for a strike.
You know, Wheelin's not overpowering his 88 to 93 range. Good curveball and changeup.
No 2.
There's his changeup there. Solid pitch. 9th career start, 1-5 with an ERA just under 6.
Had a start earlier this year at Milwaukee. Gave up 6 runs, 4 2/3. Misses outside. It's 1-2.
My go-tos against Wheelin to be successful. Get to know him, see some pitches, and put yourself into good fastball counts. He will give up the long ball, especially in those fastball counts.
Breaking ball evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wheeling to AAA this year, 10-5 and a 4.59 ERA, 22 games, 21 starts at Oklahoma City. Matt Lato scratched with a sore neck. 2-2. Full count. Three-2. Cole bounces this one over to third. May have chased ball 4. Turner throws him out for the first out. So the Angels will send up against Wheeler tonight. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. Albert at DH. David Murphy at left. C.J. Cron at first. Eric Ibar is a shortstop. David Freese at third. Carlos Perez the catcher. Taylor Featherston batting 9th and playing second.
Trout, Pujols, and Eric Ibar with the Red Sox showing today, going old school.
Trout hitting .293, 34 home runs, 76 runs batted in. 0 for 2 last night. Fly ball to right, a strikeout, and 2 walks. 1-1.
Trout would love that pitch again, right in that zone. 91-mile-an-hour fastball, lower part of the strike zone.
This one's down toward right center field. Peterson moves in to his left. 2 outs. Sounded as if Trout got that one toward the end of the bat.
Yeah, change up, a little off speed on it.
So Albert will come up. Bases clear and 2 outs. Also with the pant legs pulled up. 248 on the season. 35 home runs. And 82 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night.
All 3 outfielders for the Dodgers playing extremely deep.
This one back up the middle. Utley, for the first time in this series, playing on the shift side of second base. Gets it, throws out Pujols, and a shutdown inning for Wheelan. We'll head to the second with the Dodgers up 1-0.
The second. Coming up later in the game, we'll check out the big news from around the majors on the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. 2 playoff contenders looking to sweep their opponents. And a pitcher in Houston, not Dallas Keuchel, looking for to sweep 16 as far as wins this season.
Seager check swing foul. Went into the Angels dugout for strike 1. Seager, Van Slyke, and Peterson here in the second for Los Angeles. Corey, the shortstop, 8 for 21 to start his major league career. 4 doubles, 4 runs batted in. 2 for 3 night last night with a single and a double. Also drew a walk as that one misses in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Scott Shudler with that leadoff home run in the first inning. Back-to-back nights for the Dodgers that they've had a leadoff home run. Justin Ruggiano did it last night. Schebler tonight. It's the first time the Dodgers have done that. It's 1951, July 12th and 13th of 1951. Carl Furillo hit both. The beauty of playing the Dodgers is that next door, the walking Encyclopedia Britannica of the Dodgers, Vin Scully. So we get a chance to just lean over and ask him a little bit about Carl.
Amazing, his memory. It's unbelievable.
A dribbler foul. Told us Carl, he loved Carl. He's a blue collar type player, played every day, terrific arm. He was a right fielder.
But still, that's hard to believe. Hasn't happened since that point.
I know.
in this day and age in baseball, especially through that era where there's a lot of home runs hit.
1-2 to Seager, and he goes down swinging for the first down. Third punch out for Richards.
Good curveball from Richards. This is a good pitch for him. You see that finger off the baseball as he's releasing it. The spin starts above the belt, then ends almost in the dirt. If he stays under control and his mechanics with his curveball, it's a very effective pitch. And if you fly open with that front shoulder, very difficult, especially with the one finger off the baseball, to be consistent with it.
Van Slyke looks at a strike. 258 hitter, 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. He was out in right field last night, went 1 for 4. Day after having a 4-hit game, 4 RBIs. Reaches for this one and shoots it out to right. Cole racing over, puts it away. 2 outs.
I think I'm noticing from Van Slyke this season as compared to the past, he's putting the ball in play, making contact.
Right.
Before he'd look in that one zone, the inner half of the plate, especially down in the inner half of the plate. And that's the ball he tried to drive out of the ballpark. But now he's hitting pitches out over the plate, making contact, more consistent. He's been a solid player for the Dodgers, been able to play so many different positions for him.
Here's Jock Peterson, center fielder. Looks at a strike. Pitch hit last night in the 8th inning. Ended up striking out. He had the start Monday night, went 3 for 4 with 3 singles, a strikeout and a walk. Ball start. Taps this with foulness. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, when you watch him and his approach, he starts moving forward just as you're ready to start to throw the baseball. You think, especially the way he swings, he's going to jump on a fastball. That's his pitch. But if you can slow down to a slow curveball or even a changeup running away from him, it's very difficult for him to keep his hands back.
Breaking pitch.
See how he's going forward.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching George Brett, that Charlie Lau theory. They were going back, be able to gather as the pitch is being thrown so they can go forward and drive the ball to all fields. But when you're leaning forward, it's difficult to keep your hands back to make consistent contact, especially on all-speed pitches.
2 strikes. They shift Peterson the opposite way now. He goes down swinging a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Richards. He has 4 strikeouts through 2. Dodgers up 1-0. Ibar coming up to face right-hander Joe Wheeler. 1-2-3 first inning. A couple of ground downs and a fly ball to center field. Whelan's ready to go, as are the Dodgers, but play held up here. David Murphy, the left fielder, hitting .287, 8 home runs, 38 runs batted in. It's an off-speed pitch upstairs. By the way, that is Sam Holbrook calling the balls and strikes tonight. Mark Carlson at first, Trip Gibson at second, and Gabe Morales at third. One ball, one strike. Victorino got the start out in left field. David was out there Monday, ended up going 0 for 3.
When you're in that first time through, you're just trying to read his pitches. Haven't seen him before. A number of the hitters for the Angels tonight. Look for patterns.
Bouncer off the foot. The only guy that has seen Joe Whelan, Shane Victorino, 3 at-bats, 1 for 3.
Well, so far what I'm seeing, especially against lefties, he's going fastball away, changeup away, curveball on the inner half of the plate, middle in.
25 years of age from Reno, Nevada. Fourth round pick by the Rangers.
Another fastball away.
Whelan got traded from Texas to San Diego in the Mike Adams deal, and they got traded over to the Dodgers in the Matt Kemp deals. This one's popped up on the left side. Justin Turner is down the line into foul territory. 1 down. Hey, it's September. That means a Saturday full of college football across the Fox networks. The action kicks off on FS1 with Kansas State battling the non-Starship Enterprise Texas San Antonio. Then Trayvon Boykin and number 2 Horned Frogs take on Stephen F. Austin. At 1 Pacific on Fox, the Cy-Hawk Trophy is on the line in the Battle of the Hawkeye State. And at 7:30 on FS1 at Stanford's home openers, they take on the Knights of Central Florida. College football this Saturday on Fox and FS1.
Boy, Stanford had that tough loss against Northwestern on the road. Looking for a little revenge, get that record even. A lot of people talked about Stanford in that conversation getting into the playoffs with a championship.
Throw and hits one off the end of the bat. Shevler comes in. Say playoffs?
Playoffs. Still odd to say playoffs when it comes to college football.
Yeah.
But I like it.
They're ready for college football on Saturday.
Yes.
And it started early. Tailgate has begun. See, hook 'em horn.
Oh, there you go.
UT. Must be a Houston Street fan. Ibar hitting .269. Couple of home runs, 38 RBIs. 1 for 4 game last night with a double. He scored twice last night. Two balls, no strikes. Whelan's faced 5 batters. He's retired all 5. Man with Tommy John surgery back in 2012. He's going to go to San Diego State. Committed to San Diego State. Ended up signing with the Rangers in 2008. Being drafted in that 4th round. Now playing for his 13th.
None of those fastballs have been upstairs. Even the pitch that Cole Calhoun grounded out the 3rd, that pop up by Murphy was upstairs. It's that danger zone.
Ibar lines went out to the alley in right center field. Peterson over to try to cut it off. As it go off the end of the glove, Ibar will stop at second with a 2-out double, his 23rd of the season.
where the Dodgers have scored a lot of runs with 2 outs in this series. An opportunity for the Angels to do the same here now with Freese coming to the plate after that good swing from Eric Ibar. Went down and got that little 2-seam fastball that time, middle of the plate. Hits it in the gap. 23rd double of the season. Just off the end of the glove, but not far enough away where he can try to go to third. Peterson with a good arm. And in center field, 5 outfield assists for him.
Halos 2 for 16 in the series with men in scoring position. David Freese at the plate. Looks at a slow breaking ball for a strike. .251 hitter this year with 11 home runs, 46 RBIs. Swung to bat well since coming off the disabled last Tuesday. A week ago yesterday. 98th game for him. Just missed low. Foxtrax had it touching the bottom part of the zone. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Seen that quite a bit from the umpiring crews. First 2 umpiring crews in this homestand, not calling that bottom part of the zone. Saw a little bit last night with Gabe Morales behind the plate. Freese hits one out to center field. This will chase Peterson back. Still racing back. Reaches up and it's off his glove. Ibar comes in to score. Freese to second. It's an RBI double that ties this game up at 1.
Well, I thought he was going to make one of those plays like he made down in San Diego. And Peterson raced back and got the ball right in front of the wall and then slammed into the wall down there at Petco Park. Hit well. The baseball is carrying extremely well here these last 3 days. That's a high changeup, another elevated pitch. Freese brought his hands in and drives that ball at the center. And Peterson reaches up, but just off the glove before he runs into the wall. A big 2-out hit and an RBI double for Freese, his 22nd double.
Carlos Perez tried to hold up, makes contact, and fouls it off. Carlos hitting .232, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Did not get into the game last night. Four hits on the homestand. He's been on base 8 times. Drawn some walks. Freese with his 47th RBI, tying things up here in the 2nd inning. Foul back. Count remains at 1-2. That is hit well down the left field line, and it is hooking foul.
A long way out, but just foul.
Bit of a hanger from Whelan. Still a 1-2 count. Another good crowd tonight. Not quite what we've seen the first 2 games, especially on Monday being Labor Day. Greinke pitched Monday. Kershaw last night. That's a called strike 3. Got a fastball, and Whelan picks up his first strikeout. But back-to-back doubles ties this game up as we head to the 3rd.
here are tonight's cold hard facts, which are brought to you by Clean, Crisp, Coors Light. The Angels 56-21. That's 35 games over 500 when they get a quality start from their starting staff. To be 7th best in the majors. 35 under when they do not get as what you're forcing when you don't get those quality starts to get a lot of innings out of your bullpen. A little bit different bullpen for Mike Scioscia this year as compared to last year where you were able to lock down and stay in games. An opportunity to come back. It has not been the case, so it's very important for the starting staff to have that quality start to shorten up the amount of innings that Mike Scioscia has to get from his bullpen.
9-1-2 for the Dodgers, facing Garrett Richards. Has 4 strikeouts and 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. That was a home run to Schebler. Barnes getting to start behind the plate tonight. He's 4 for 17 this year. That one misses down and away. Product of Riverside Pollock. Arizona State chops this one to the left side. Ibar's got it. 1 down.
Ibar very quick on that transfer, that throw across the diamond to get Barnes at first.
Nephew of Mike Gallego.
Richards has to remember what he saw last time with Schebler at the plate, getting ready with his hands and ready looking for a fastball first pitch.
1 ball, no strikes. Second home run of the year for Schebler. Both solo shots. 3rd time the Angels have ever allowed a leadoff home run in 2 straight games. 2 balls, no strikes. Lou Whitaker did it back-to-back games, May 6th, 7th, 1983. The other time was David DeJesus of the Royals and Shannon Stewart of the Minnesota Twins in August of 2004. Second time this year that Garrett has allowed one. Logan Morrison got him against Seattle. 2-1 now. A fastball by Schebler. 2-2.
Clearly by that swing he likes the fastball. He's pretty quick on it. 96-mile-an-hour fastball he hit out to center field his first at bat.
Full count. 26th round pick in 2010 at a Des Moines area community college in Boone, Iowa. Goes down on the breaking pitch. 2 outs. Strikeout number 5 for Garrett.
Now it's time for our lows never stop improving. Mike Scioscia, who played 13 seasons catcher for the Dodgers, has done a tremendous job changing this franchise around. As the manager in 15 seasons, 7 times has made the postseason, including win a World Championship in 2002. Prior to that, the Angels has made the playoffs 3 in the first 38 seasons.
.1,395 career games he's kept for the Dodgers.
Called a couple of no-hitters.
And no problem blocking the plate.
He had some pretty nasty collisions at the plate over his career. Norm Charlton got him pretty good the one time, though. Jack Clark, amongst others.
I don't think Jack Clark's a good name to bring up when it comes to Dodgers.
Probably not.
Huntley fouls it off. 1-2. Huntley punched down on the first. 0 for 1.
Breaking pitch is missed. A 2-ball, 2-strike count. 1-1 game here in the top of the third inning. The Angels in the bottom of the third have 9, 1, and 2 coming up to face Wheeler. Curious to see how he adjusts second time through the order. Huntley goes down waving at that pitch. And another 1-2-3 inning for Garrett. Well, the bottom of the third. Still a 1-1 game. Schedule. Astros in town beginning on Friday night. Dallas Keuchel and Jared Weaver, Lance McCullers Jr. and Hector Santiago on Saturday, and then Mike Fiers and Andrew Heaney on Sunday afternoon. Then the Angels out on the road, 3 in Seattle, 4 in Minneapolis, and 3 in Houston.
Fiers, who threw a no-hitter against this Dodger club this season.
Taylor Featherston looks at a strike. He's hitting 165 on the season with a home run. 7 runs batted in. Oh, 2. Sam Holbrook calling some strikes tonight. Just off the plate. Not a bad idea. Back inside after a breaking ball.
Yeah, because now you have an option. You go back inside with another fastball because Featherston has to be looking away for either a curveball or fastball away.
Breaking pitch, rolls it foul. The count remains at 1-2. Foul back. Count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wheeling getting up back-to-back doubles with 2 outs in the second inning. Just tying this one up at 1. Cole Calhoun on deck. 1 strikeout, no walks for Wheeling. 2-2.
Picking up some velocity on his fastball in this inning, 92-93. Mentioned earlier, settles in 88-93 with his fastball.
Breaking pitch down the line. That's a fair ball. Into the corner she goes. Featherston on his way to second. And it's a leadoff double. Now bobbled a little bit. And he'll take third base.
He never slowed down. He was thinking triple as soon as he saw that little bobble down there in the corner.
See if they credit him with a triple. And it is
his first of his career. A breaking ball that stayed on the inner half of the plate, just hanging out over the plate for him and hooks it right down the third baseline. Turner unable to get anywhere near that baseball as he hooked it right over to the line, but down in that corner, Schebler tried to get that in quickly, but you see right there, never hesitated. But in one of those plays right there, you better make sure you're in there at third because you're already in scoring position. Very aggressive for Featherston.
Cole takes low. Calhoun grounded out to Turner at third base in the first inning. 0 for 1. Turner playing in. Everyone else back in normal depth. One ball, one strike. We're missing upstairs. And that's ripped out to left field. Playable for Schebler as he backs up, tagging his Featherston. It's a sac fly for Cole Calhoun. And the Angels have their first lead of the series. It's 2-1 here in the third.
First lead against the Dodgers in the entire Freeway series. At any point, been tied a couple of times, but the first lead. Good swing by Cole. Pitch away at 93. Stayed back on that one well and drove that ball deep to left field to get a sac fly, giving him now 73 RBI in the season.
So Trout bound with the bases clear now. Beach ball down on the warning track and right.
Featherston with his first career triple. Scores on that good swing sac fly from Cole Calhoun.
Trout in a fly ball to center field in the first.
Got him out in front with a changeup. Threw him a first pitch fastball, followed it up with a changeup. Last at bat.
And he'll flare this one past Utley into right. Not a bad pitch either. In on the hands, just fought it off. Fourth hit allowed by Whelan.
One thing you're seeing from Whelan the second time through, he's pitching inside more. A lot more away pitches first time through. Now fastballs in. He's made the adjustment. Now as a hitter, you have to bring your hands inside that baseball, and that's what Trout was able to do just enough to get that over the head of Chase Utley at second.
Albert takes the breaking pitch upstairs. Pujols grounded out to Utley in the shift. In the first innings, he's 0 for 1. With a man at first base, Utley stays on the second base side of the bag.
Watching Van Slyke as he's at first base. He's well off the bases. He's taking that throw from Whelan. A lot of times you see first baseman right on the bag. Separation error for Van Slyke to be able to get off and get a ground ball in case that big hole on the right side of the infield.
2 balls, no strikes. 16 pitches so far here to third inning for Wheelan. Through 21 pitches in the second. The back-to-back doubles that tied things up with 2 outs. This one pulled to the left side. Turner dives for it. His only play is to first, and he gets Pujols. 2 outs. Trout ends up in scoring position.
One of those tough ones too for Albert. He's trying to beat that one out. He has to stretch it out and step on that base. With the foot injury that he has working right now, as Turner showing some range there. Gets up quickly. Somewhat of a high throw. And you see that foot hitting the base for Pujols.
So man in scoring position, 2 outs, and here's David Murphy. Popped out to Turner his first time up. He will take down and away. Murphy sitting .268 now, 28 games with the Angels. 5 doubles, 3 home runs, and 11 runs batted in. Two balls, no strikes. His 100th career home run back on August the 9th. Foul tips down with 2 balls and a strike. Triple by Taylor Featherston and a sac fly by Cole Calhoun, putting the Angels up 2-1. TJ Crone on deck.
Quite a few off-speed pitches to Murphy in this at bat.
And that's a strike at the bottom part of the zone. Full count. Murphy likes that pitch down and in. The prototypical lefty batter that likes that pitch down and in. At least that used to be the case anyway.
Anything on the inner half was always hit hard.
3-2, and he draws the walk. It's the first free pass issued by the young righty. Puts 2 men on, with Crone stepping to the plate. Barnes goes out and has a quick conversation with his starter. And now here comes Rick Honeycutt. Barnes familiar with Wheelan since he was at Oklahoma City this year. It looks like the Dodgers have action in their bullpen. At 55 pitches. Garcia first man up.
Pretty good indication that it's going to be a bullpen game for Don Mattingly tonight for the Dodgers.
I mean, the guy's a starter, isn't he? Started at AAA. 21 starts there. Dodgers with an 8.5 game lead in the West. Crone is 0 for 1. He will look at a strike.
Well, that pitch was right down the heart of the plate.
1-1, pulled foul, 1-2.
Pretty sure if you're a fan in that spot, you didn't anticipate a foul ball in your area, but out in front, prone and pulled that window in that second level on the left field line.
Trout at second, Murphy at first. Just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Goes down swinging. Barnes will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. And that's the 3rd out. But the Angels take the lead on the sac fly by Cole Calhoun. Head of the 4th. 2-1 Angels.
Rewind. We're talking about that slider that Garrett can throw. It starts middle of the plate, then runs down and away. That's the pitch he threw to Utley to get a swing and miss twice in this game against left-handed batters. He's able to throw that slider, almost to have that screwball type action with his slider.
6 punch outs, 1 walk, 1 hit allowed. As Gonzalez checks his swing. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The only walk issued was to Adrian Gonzalez in the 1st inning. Gonzalez, Turner, Ethier, 3, 4, and 5 for the Dodgers. Let it fly there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He looked like he was geared up to that fastball at 96. It was upstairs. Now Richards doesn't quite have the same action on his fastball upstairs in the strike zone.
Breaking ball missing. And it's a 2-1 count. 46 pitches thrown by Garrett. 30 have been strikes. Tied 8 straight since the walk to Gonzalez. 3-1 now. Gonzalez 0 for 5 in his career against Garrett. Oh, is this one foul? Pardon me, yeah, 0 for 5 with the walk. Ethier, Crawford, and Utley, each with 2 hits in their careers against Garrett. Three-2 pitch, and he works the walk.
That's a pretty good spot, though.
Leadoff man on board and Turner coming up. Angel fans, time for you to tweet us your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag WestDataStrongFan. You just might see yourself in an upcoming Angels broadcast, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile. Turner struck out in the first. Now 2 balls and no strikes. And the last thing you want is to start gifting base runners, and we've seen that, how that's turned out for the Dodgers in the first 2 games of the series, especially after just been given the lead.
For the first time in this entire freeway series.
On the corner. Turner didn't like it, thought it was off the plate. And maybe it was. Sam Holbrook called it a strike. Two and two.
Back up cut fastball at 97. Well, quite a bit at the plate on that one.
Gonzalez short lead over at first base. Turner goes down swinging and gives Holbrook a piece of his mind.
Well, the one pitch might have been a little bit off the outside corner, but the one before was right in the strike zone. Was right out there with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball and by him. Not real happy about that slider, the 2-0 slider being called a strike.
Seventh strikeout for Garrett. 1 out here in the 4th and a man on for Ethier. Rolled into a fielder's choice to end the first inning. Lefty up, Cron plays behind Gonzalez at first base. Two and 0.
When Richards started out the game, the first 9 batters he faced, 7 first pitch strikes, but the next 5 he has faced, not once has he thrown a first pitch strike. 7 of 14 total.
Pitch back into the count, painting the outside corner.
Won't be surprised at some point during this at bat, especially with a lefty at the plate in Ethier. Gonzalez is trying to drift a little bit further away from first base. If you can sneak behind him, if you're C.J. Cron, want to pitch inside and back pick him.
Bouncer towards second. Should be two. Featherston, a little trouble getting out of it. Gives it to Ibar. Turns the double play. And the top of the fourth is in the books. Ibar, Freese, and Perez coming up for the Angels, leading it 2-1. Bar set to lead things off. He helped get the Angels' first run on the board as he doubled with 2 outs and then scored on the Freese double that went off the glove of Peterson at center. 23rd double of the season for Eric. First one's outside for Wheelan. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 4 hits allowed for the young righty on the mound. Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, Seattle currently leading Texas 3-0. That game's the bottom of the 4th. Houston 1-0 over Oakland at the Coliseum. This one's rolled up the line. Van Slyke's got it. That game's the top of the 4th. Twins in Kansas City, tied at 2. Hey, folks, the Angels host the Astros on Friday at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a Mike Trout Freedom shirt courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. Get your tickets today here at the box office. Or, as always, you can buy them online. Nine games left on the home schedule for the Angels. Astros, Mariners, and A's. Freese fouls the first one back. David with a double and an RBI in the second inning. 22nd double, 47th RBI. A little more subdued crowd tonight. It's been rowdy, very rowdy on Monday. As the temperatures have gotten hotter, people have kind of chilled out a little bit in the seats. Tried to anyway. A lot of folks trying to fan themselves. Mentioned 93 degrees at first pitch. That was with overcast skies. Freese shoots one down the line, slicing foul.
Yeah, you don't see that at night too often here. Usually cools down at night. Not tonight or the last couple of nights.
2-2 inside, full count.
It's twice he's thrown the ball off the plate against Freeze inside.
Wow. That got in the seats very quickly, and there was a young lady that was on the steps not looking at the action as someone yelled, "Get down." The ball went right over her head. Wow. She should be buying that section around.
Yes.
Freeze pulls this one out to left field. Schebler coming in, and he will make the basket catch for out number 2.
Boy, Freeze is hitting the ball well to the whole field. Seared his first swing to dead center field, and then another good swing here to left field. And Schebler runs in, catches that just above the grass in the outfield.
Carlos looks at a strike. Went down looking into second inning. 2 strikeouts for Wheeler. J.P. Howell loosening in the pen. This one ripped down third. Turner's got it. And the Angels go down in order. We head to the 5th inning with the Angels leading at 2-1. Per gallon. This car was made for driving in California. Visit Dodge.com. And by AT&T Uverse. More live channels on the go than cable. Halos lead at 2-1, starting the top of the 5th inning. Dodgers setting up Seeker, Van Slyke, and Peterson to face Garrett Richards. Garrett with 7 strikeouts and 2 walks. 1 hit allowed. That was on the very first pitch of the game. Scott Schebler with a home run to straightaway center. Seager struck out leading off the second. He's 0 for 1. And we'll look at a strike. Houston's opened a 3-0 lead now against Oakland at the Coliseum. A former teammate, Bob Melvin, got an extension, 2-year deal. He's already signed through next year, but again, 2 more seasons.
Part of that rebuild mode.
Off the mound and into center. Seager picks up a leadoff single. Fans on Sunday, the Angels will salute their youngest fans during Salute to Kids Day when they take on the Astros at 12:35. All kids in attendance will have a chance to win great prizes from the San Diego Zoo, the Rocking Jump Trampoline Park. We should go there.
Yes.
Do the Open. And Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Purchase tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office. Or maybe take a trampoline to the Dana Wharf and try to fish while jumping on a trampoline.
Yes, indeed.
Van Slyke, a liner out to Calhoun in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Snap throw to first, a little bit high. Almost didn't get much on it.
Hyundai key for this game, going back to it. Cool for the summer, avoiding those big innings between the Dodgers. A lot of success with that, getting some base runners on and scoring multiple runs, and staying cool under pressure, making a quality pitch to get through an inning. I think Richards was wondering where that pitch was.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 hits for the Dodgers, 4 for the Angels. Yimi Garcia is loosening once again, so he may be off for Wheelan, just 4 innings. Angels have 9-1-2 coming up, so maybe doesn't want Wheelan to face the Angels a 3rd time. Now they're checking. C.J. Crone says that maybe he got Seager. You know, Abel's on the phone. And they're going to check him.
Check him.
That would be on C.J. Crone right there. I thought for a second the way Crone came in that maybe he popped the webbing in his glove or something with needing a new glove, but here's a look at it. On with the right foot, switches feet, and he's out.
He's out.
Sure enough.
And we've seen that so often. I was even watching the Cardinal Cub game today too. The same thing. You better keep contact with that base. Now, if you're a fielder, keep that glove on him all the way through now with instant replay. Should be a quick one.
A nice job by CJ, not only keeping the glove on him, but keeping his eyes down on the bag and watching the footwork there. He called time, walked toward the mound. And again, I thought he needed a new glove. He didn't really make a serious motion or anything. Got the attention of Mike Sochi, got on the phone, and here's a look at it again.
I mean, Eric's on the base, and he keeps the tag on him, and then it's off. There's no question. There's no contact with the foot while the glove is still on his back. See, foot coming off the base, and the other foot not making contact with the base yet.
Not sure why this is taking that long.
And there, an even better look at it. And right away, he's pointing right into Mike Sociadino, able to check it. He knows he kept that tag applied.
This is unbelievable. It's taken this long. Foot's in the air. I mean, tags applied.
There's
other foot's off the bag.
Yeah, I mean that's automatic.
Take any of the replays we just showed you. Now, this is ridiculous now. Call on the field is safe. There's no It was kind of a nonchalant play over there. Mark Carlson.
He's got the glove on the body, foot's off, glove is still on his back. The only thing they could think of, maybe the tag was not still on him that whole time before he made contact with the base, but clearly it was. Like, I'm surprised it's taken this long.
He is out. Well, it's short and sweet, but it's the first out. Pick off for Richards.
And you're going to see that. We were even talking with Tim Salmon about that today up at the press dining room, about the contact. You're going to have to figure that out as a base runner. You're going to always have to try to keep that foot on the base or hand. If you're going head first slide, fielders are going to just keep that glove on you all the way through.
And Slick fouls one back just below us. One ball, two strikes on Van Slyke with one out.
Second pick off of the season for Richards.
Van Slyke goes down swinging, 2 outs, 8th strikeout now for Garrett. Two outs, and Jock Peterson coming up.
It's that nasty slider, 89-mile-an-hour slider. That's that different break than the one we showed against Utley. You see that tight rotation, that true slider out in front, unable to make contact. That's one thing Van Slyke has done very well in this series, make good contact.
Jock Peterson struck out there the second, so he's 0 for 1. Big rip, fouls it back.
Yeah, he was geared up looking for a fastball. He got it. He had a pretty good swing at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Season high punch outs for Garrett, 11. That was August the 3rd, right here against Cleveland. 8 tonight through 4 2/3. 68th pitch of the night. Peterson grounds this one to the right side. Ibar's got it. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Halos have 9-1-2 coming up, with the Angels leading it 2-1.
Guys in the dugout so quick, saying right away, check that replay, because he kept that tag on Seager and got that big first out of the inning. Look at our Carl's Jr. Sports Update. Rangers and Mets in sweep mode. The Mets won again. They swept the Nationals, having now a 7-game lead in that division. Texas, though, behind 3-0 against Seattle. McHugh looking for Sweet 16 in Oakland. At this point, leading 4-0 in the 4th inning. McHugh looks for that 16th win of the season.
Yimi Garcia takes over on the mound. It's our in and out, who's in, who's out. Joe Whelan is done after 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 runs, both earned. The Angels send up 9-1-2. Garcia, 25-year-old, native of the Dominican Republic, pitching in his 49th game with the Dodgers. 3-3 record and a 3.40 ERA. 60 punch-outs in 47 2/3 innings.
And only 9 walks. Good fastball. He has 91-96. He'll throw a slider, a cut fastball, and a changeup.
Featherston pulled a double into the left field corner and scored on the sac fly by Cole Calhoun in the 3rd inning. Giving the Angels a 2-1 lead. He wanted a peel, he didn't go, says Mark Carlson over at first. How about short arm? Almost a catcher's type throwing motion for Yimi Garcia. Good break on that slider.
He throws about 28% of his pitches are sliders.
First career triple for Featherston.
He's done a much better job of late shortening up his swing.
Two-1. He hits one out towards center. Peterson back a couple of steps, puts it away, and there's the first out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Well, the baseball is carrying. Peterson had a drift back on that fly ball from Featherston.
Yeah, a little bit of a pause there and then making the move back. Top of the order now, and Cole Calhoun, who's 0 for 1 with a sac fly. Off the inside corner.
Yeah, from that arm angle, you can see why he has a good slider. It's a sharp, true slider he throws.
Pulled foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Good chunk of the season at AAA last year for Yimi Garcia. This year, just 9 games. Good chunk of games at the major league level. First action wearing a Dodger uniform at the minor league level back in 09. Missing down and away. RBI for Cole in the 3rd inning, his 73rd of the season. A running fastball up and away. 2 down.
Cole's chased a couple of high fastballs out of the strike zone in this game. Got to hit a ground ball to 3rd on a high fastball away. That time unable to make contact on a similar pitch. A little more velocity on the fastball though from Garcia.
Base is clear for Trout. Singled in his last at bat to right field. So he's 1 for 2. Halos with 4 hits, Dodgers with 2. Dodgers will have 9, 1 and 2 themselves coming up in the 6th inning against Garrett Richards. In off the plate.
I would assume after a couple fastballs like that, he's going to go with a slider now.
That's just skied on the right side. Drifting into the outfield grass is Utley. Rainmaker of a pop-up, and the Angels go down in order. 5 complete here at the Big A. 2-1 Angels.
Game summary. Got Shabler and the Dodgers on the board early. First pitch game, fastball, dead center field. Back-to-back games leading off for the home run for the Dodgers. But David Freese doubles home. Eric Ibar, who doubled himself just off the glove of Jock Peterson in center field. And then a big triple here by Fennerson on a breaking ball inside part of the plate. Turns on his first career major league triple. And eventually comes home on a sac fly by Cole Calhoun, as the Angels lead 2-1 here in the 6th.
Austin Barnes to lead things off for the Dodgers in the 6th inning. 9-1 and 2 facing Garrett. He's allowed 2 hits. The home run to Shabler back in the 1st inning. Leadoff single to Seager in the 5th. 8 punch outs and 2 walks. 2-0. Barnes 0 for 1. He grounded out to short in the 3rd inning.
Now, if you're Garrett, you got to fight all the way back in this count.
And a 4-pitch walk to start the 6th. Uncharacteristic for the way that he's thrown the ball tonight, especially with the 9th place hitter up. Well, man on now for Shabler. He's 1 for 2, homering in the 1st, the very first pitch of the game, and then striking out in the 3rd. Home run for Shabler, his 2nd of the season. 3 infielders on the right side. Tops this one foul.
That fastball in on him that time. 96. Good late cut action.
Down and in. 74th pitch thrown by Richards. 45 have been strikes.
Boy, if he can throw that one little backup slider to get him out in front, maybe to get a roll over, hit the ball to the right side of the infield to get a double play. Got Utley to swing and miss that pitch.
Down and in. I think Perez maybe made contact with Sam Holbrook, the home plate umpire, as he went to throw that baseball. Two-one count. Mentioned Utley, he's on deck. It's a third straight inning, by the way, that Garrett has allowed the leadoff man to reach. Picked off Seager last inning. Down and in. 3-1.
Dangerous fastball count now.
Full count. Schebler looked like he was a little upset at himself for not pulling the trigger on that one.
Yeah, that's a spot where left-handed batters like to try to crush a baseball. Right over the heart of the plate and down.
Barnes takes off. This one fouled off into the seats. Barnes will head back to first base. Stolen bases at AAA this year, caught twice. Barnes again takes off. 3-2. Called strike three to throw down to second is not in time. Schebler goes down looking for out number one. 9th strikeout now for Richards.
And Eric Ibar was looking in quickly to Mike Scioscia. It looked like he got that foot in. Yeah, he's in.
First major league stolen base for Barnes.
See that foot on the base, kept the tag on him. He also just kept the foot on there all the way through.
Butcher paying a quick visit here. Utley 0 for 2 tonight with a couple of strikeouts. And the 2 walks that Garrett has allowed tonight have been both to Adrian Gonzalez. He stands on deck. Barnes representing the tying run at second base now. Seven-game hitting streak coming into tonight, hitting .224 with 7 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Cole deep in right field. Utley shows Bond, and that ball gets away from Perez and actually hit him. So first and second. Question is whether or not
did he bring the bat back?
Yeah, did he offer at that on the bunt?
Looked like he did. See if this baseball indeed hits him. He certainly brings the bat back, but trying to see where that baseball actually got him. Maybe on the pant leg.
It's a nearly impossible call to overturn unless it's one that you can clearly see.
See if you can see right here in the dirt.
Maybe hit the foot. Still taking a look at it.
And that's a tough one right there, because that's one thing you can challenge now if a batter was hit with the pitch.
Yeah, they're not going to challenge it.
It's too hard, I think.
Right. There's got to be an angle. If there is an angle that shows separation between the ball and the foot. But Utley's over at first base. Barnes at second. It's a 2-on, 1 out. Here's Gonzalez. Fifth hit batter for Richards this season. Pulls this one toward first, rolls it foul.
Utley knows what it feels like to get hit with a pitch. He got hit 173 times with the Phillies, which is a franchise record.
You know a thing or two about franchise records and hit batters.
Every time the ball got out of the way, it just slipped out of my hand.
Cut through the fastball.
I was trying to establish the baseball inside. Each and every time they should have been able to get out of the way. I don't understand
I agree with you. I can't argue with you on that. Barnes, a base runner at second. Utley at first. Turner on deck. The 0-2. Fouled off.
Well, these are the moments now as a young pitcher. You're trying to establish yourself as the ace of a staff. You're facing a very good run producer in Adrian Gonzalez. You live for these moments. These are the times where you throw your very best pitches to get through this inning and get the offense back to swinging the bat in the bottom of the sixth.
Real first test for him tonight. I mean, Schebler hit the first pitch out of the ballpark, but aside from that, as far as base runners and stress, this is it here in the sixth inning with 2 on and a 1-run game. Lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
These are when the great ones just kick it up a notch and throw an even better pitch each and every time.
There's a great one right there, Clayton Kershaw.
He can kick it up to that next gear in those big moments.
One, 2, down goes Gonzalez, 2 outs. 10th strikeout of the night for Garrett.
Still work to be done for Richards. Got to keep that focus. And nasty slider. Great location against Gonzalez. You could see that conviction on that face in that arm angle he was thrown in. He was trying to make a perfect pitch, and he did.
Turner has gone down swinging twice. It's 0 for 2. Time is called. That was Perez asking for it. You know what Carlos did? Called time. For some reason, the scoreboard in right field, all of a sudden, the game feed on there. Well, I could relay the signs if he puts that sign or something.
Yes.
But just double checking. Breaking ball for a strike. The 11 strikeouts that Garrett had on August the 3rd matched a career high for him. Originally set that on July 6th of last year against Houston. .86 pitches, 53 for strikes. 0-1. Breaking ball 0-2. Go a little bit further outside.
Yeah, have to. Especially considering he was upset the last at bat with a called slider. You can go fastball a little bit further off the outside corner. I tried that one because at 97, be very difficult to even foul off if it's about a baseball or two off that outside corner. I wouldn't necessarily try anything inside, though. Fastball away.
Cardinals set up outside. The 0-2 just missed. Went back to the breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Not a bad idea, though, since he's got the first two calls.
Especially as a hitter you think you have to protect, you might call it on me anyhow.
Yeah. Barnes with a leadoff walk, stole second, his first major league stolen base. Utley hit by a pitch as the trail runner at first. 1-2. Turner skies one out to right center field, hit very well. Trout racing back toward the warning track. He will track it down for the third out. Turner gave it a ride, but Trout runs it down. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth inning with the Angels up 2-1. Final game of the Freeway Series, the Dodgers with an 8-game winning streak over the Angels. With the Angels leading this one tonight. Angel fans, tomorrow's your last chance to participate in the Angels bus scavenger hunt. To enter, simply post a photo on Instagram or Twitter using the hashtag #GetYourRed On. 10 lucky winners will receive the Angels VIP treatment, including tickets to Sunday's game against the Astros. It's all part of Get Your Red On week right here on Fox Sports West. Albert Pujols to lead things off. He'll be followed by David Murphy and then C.J. Cron. Yimi Garcia is back out for his second inning of work at a 1-2-3 fifth.
Wait for Albert. You just look for that first pitch fastball in the inner half of the plate. He will drop his elbow a little bit and elevate. Coming into this game, Garcia has given up 7 home runs in 47 and 2/3 innings pitched. That's that elevated two-seamer up and in against a right-handed batter.
Fastball up and in. Pujols 0 for 2. He's twice grounded out. Once to Utley, the other to Turner at third base. One ball, one strike. Seattle leading Texas 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Minnesota now leading Kansas City 3-2. That game's in the 12th in Kansas City. Houston shutting out Oakland 7-0. That game is in the 5th. Albert takes a strike on the breaking ball, and it's 1-2. How about the Mets?
Amazing what they have done, especially yesterday. Down 7-1 to come back all the turmoil with the whole conversation with Matt Harvey.
This one pulled toward short, backhanded by Seager. One down. They came from behind again today. They sweep the Nationals. Are they a 7-game lead now?
Yes.
Their magic number 17.
I don't think anybody in the National League is looking forward to facing that rotation in a playoff. And it looks like at this point, it would be the Mets and the Dodgers in the first round.
And the Dodgers, including tonight, 24 games left. And talking to Ben before the game, it's like the Dodgers, they play 500 baseballs. Murphy shoots one out to right field. Ethier back. Dodgers play 500 baseball. The Giants would have to win 21 games the rest of the way just to tie the Dodgers.
I don't think Bumgarner can pitch every game for him.
Yeah. Hey fans, Friday is Military Appreciation Night presented by State Farm when the Angels take on the Astros at 7:05. Join us for a pregame ceremony honoring all those who protect our freedom. Visit angels.com/military appreciation night for discounted tickets for all active military veterans.
Yeah, that was a home run by Sano, pinch hit for the Twins. He's been dealing with, I think, a hamstring issue.
Don't you know? C.J. Cron looks at a breaking pitch for his strike.
He's in that conversation for Rookie of the Year, along with Carlos Correa, who we'll see on Friday, and Lindor, we saw in Cleveland.
I would have to say, to this point, who knows, we'll see. I guess we're talking about Rookie of the Year award. Most complete player that we've seen, rookie, got to be Correa.
There's no question.
Cron fouls it off, so the count remains at 0-2.
Certainly Andrew Heaney will get some votes. Done a solid job himself as a rookie this season for the Angels.
Lindor's done a nice job offensively. He's picked up the numbers as well. He's a very good glove guy.
And he's picked up the energy for that club, a conversation in that clubhouse.
Cron gets hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count. He'll take his base. So man on now for Eric Ibar.
And that's that 0-2 pitch inside that so often you fight to get ahead of the count like that. And you throw that fastball in, now you have a base runner. That fastball just off the outside corner, still a much better pitch in my opinion. 0-1 fastball up and in, very effective. 0-2 in this day and age in baseball, no.
Eric looks at a strike. 1 for 2 tonight. Doubled and scored in the second. Grounded out in the 4th inning. This one lined to center field. Peterson comes racing in. He'll make the catch for the 3rd out. Squared up by Eric, but right to the Dodgers center fielder, right to the 7th. Halos up by a run. Log on to MercuryInsurance.com to get a fast, free quote and see how much you can save. And by Hyundai. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today. 2-1 Angels, top of the 7th inning. Garrett Richards back out of the mound. 89 pitches thrown by the right-hander. 10 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 run allowed. That was the home run to Scott Schebler on the first pitch of the game. Ethier, Seager, and Van Slyke here in the 7th. Ethier tonight 0 for 2. A fielder's choice in the first inning, a double play ball that ended the 4th. One. Action in both bullpens right now. A couple of right-handers. I'll tell you about that here in just a second. This one's out towards center field. Trout back a couple of steps. 1 down.
It's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball down in the strike zone just off the end of the bat for Ethier. Quick first out.
Trevor Gott loosening now for the Halos. 1 out here in the 7th. Jim Johnson getting ready for the Dodgers. Jimmy Garcia has worked 2 innings. Scoreless baseball. Joe Whelan got the start tonight. Spot start.
Pretty good job.
Scratch. Yeah.
Pretty solid for him.
A little surprised he got taken out. He had a 1-2-3 4th inning. That was his last inning. But perhaps Seager lifts one out to left. Playable for Murphy. Not bad. A big contact for Shining. Faced the order twice, and that's good enough. Get some guys in the bullpen some work. 4 pitches so far for Richards here in the 7th.
Really battled through the 6th inning with 21 pitches. Through that heart of the order.
Had that leadoff walk to Barnes, and then 2 strikeouts in that 6th. Scott Van Slyke, the first baseman, 0 for 2. A fly ball to right and a strikeout. It's a fastball that pops in and out of the glove of Carlos Perez.
Still good velocity. 96 on the 94th pitch of the game for Richards.
One. And tight. Watch out. Oh, ran it up and in on Van Slyke.
That 2-seam fastball has running action.
This one hit to the right side. Featherston has it. And perhaps Richards has another inning of him. He's at 96 pitches through 8 here in the 7th. It's stretch time with the Angels up 2-1. Angels trying to pick up one and get off the schneid. 8 straight games won by the Dodgers in this Freeway Series. We welcome inside our broadcast booth. And Garrett Richards tonight has thrown the ball exceptionally well. Kind of taking it to a different level. 10 strikeouts tonight, and a big pitch you're talking about is that backup slider.
Yeah, that slider. Normally he gets on top of the slider and snaps it like this, but when he drops his wrist just enough, does that kind of break on his slider, it'll go back like a screwball to get a couple swing and misses against Utley, against Seager early in the game to set up that good hard slider that we've seen throughout. Excellent effort here for Garrett Richards, knowing he had to pitch a great game, and he's done it so far.
Dodgers making a pitching change. Here's Jim Johnson, takes over on the mound. He pitched on Monday's game. Threw 5 pitches in that one. He'll face the bottom third of the order. 64th overall game. He's 2-6 with a 4.40 ERA. But with the Dodgers, it's been a little different story. This is his 15th game with the Dodgers. 0-3 and a 13.5 earned run average. David Freese 1 for 2, an RBI double in the second and a fly ball to left in the fourth. Yimi Garcia, the right-hander, went 2 innings. Had 1 strikeout, 1 hit batter, and the rest zeros.
Johnson's always had that good power sinker. When he makes a mistake of that sinker, it becomes very hittable.
Breaking pitch for a strike. 1-2. A back-to-back 50 save seasons for Jim Johnson.
He was a ground ball machine in Baltimore. Still good velocity on that 93-97 curveball, which is a good one, and changeup.
51 saves in 2012, 50 in 2013 as this one's chopped over to Upland. 1 away. As promised early in the game, we've selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet us your strongest fan photo to hashtag #WestDataStrongFan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile. One out, nobody on for Carlos Perez, the catcher. 0 for 2, struck out looking in the second and lined out to Justin Turner in the fourth. Johnson, an Orioles 5th round pick in 2001. At a high school in Endicott, New York. He's 32 now. Just off the plate. 2 balls and a strike.
And you can see when Johnson is throwing the ball well, everything is at the knees, inside, outside with sink action.
Signed with Atlanta in the offseason, pitched 49 games there. On the corner. Pitched well for them, too, especially after Jason Grilli went down. Season-ending injury, but Achilles injury for Grilli. Stepped up for Atlanta, had 9 saves, and got traded to the Dodgers. Full count.
Pretty good names he's in there with. He's one of 3 pitchers with back-to-back 50-plus saves in a season. Rivera and Gagne.
Chopper back to the mound. 2 outs.
Well, here's the top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arco. Back in the 3rd inning, Taylor Featherson on a curveball inside part of the plate, turns on it, hits it right down the left field line. Very aggressive. Slides head first, picking up his first major league triple, scores on a sac fly. At this point, the go-ahead run.
One for 2 tonight with that triple and a run scored. Drops the bunt, makes contact with it, and he's out. Made contact with that ball outside the batter's box. Mike Scioscia will have Dino probably take a look at it here just to confirm.
And once you bunt that, if you're out of the batter's box, You're going to be called out. See if that baseball hit him first before he's out of the batter's box. That's pretty close. He looks like he might still be in the batter's box. I think they're going to have to go out and recheck this one.
Doesn't look like Scioscia's going to. Garrett Richards, by the way, is coming back out. And no real argument for Scioscia. So the Angels are done here in the 7th. We head to the 8th inning. Halos up 2-1.
The 8th inning. He has been outstanding so far on Patrick O'Neill. Hope you stick around after this game for Angels Live. We'll be joined by Tim Salmon and Jose Mota and Alex Curry. We'll get the interviews. Of course, Garrett Richards will be a big topic of conversation for us as we go back inside to Victor.
Peterson shoots one to left field. First pitch swinging. It's a double that rolls all the way to the wall. And the leadoff man and tying run standing at second base.
Fastball that was up. Remember that last at bat for Peterson, even though he grounded out, he was gearing up for a fastball, and he geared up for this fastball that was up above the belt. Even though he pulled off it slightly, kept the bat back in a good swing path, hit that ball hard to left field.
19th double of the year for Peterson. Austin Barnes coming to the plate. The catcher and 9th place hitters 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 3rd inning, walked, stole second, and was stranded there in the 6th. Angels anticipating a bunt here. Barnes squares around. Bunts it on the third base side. Caleb Cowart, the new third baseman, fires over to first base. Sacrifice advances Peterson now to third. Trevor Gott, Joe Smith, 2 right-handers up. Mike Butcher is going to come out here. Aside from the Schebler home run in the 1st inning, first time the Dodgers have had a man reach third base tonight. This one represents that tying run. 99 pitches for Garrett. Mentioned his last start against Texas, ended up throwing 91. 2 starts ago, 117. So he's capable of the workload, and he's been very good tonight.
And he's the guy you need in this spot because he's the one guy on this staff right here you can get a swing and miss with. 10 punch outs in the game for Richards. Looking for number 11 right here. Or
Peterson,
pop him up in the infield.
Sorry, Gooby. Peterson with pretty good speed over at third base. Infield playing in and playing Schebler to pull. Now Ibar moves over to the shortstop side. Almost up the middle. Everybody playing in. First one to Schebler. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch.
And you know he was geared up for a first pitch fastball.
Starting left fielder tonight is 1 for 3 with that home run and 2 punch outs since then. Leadoff double for Jock Peterson. Down and in. Boy, what a block by Carlos Perez. That ball bouncing out in front of the plate.
You know, on a hot night like this, that's not an easy thing to do for a catcher. All that gear on, hot night, overthrown slider well off the inside part of the plate. Gets that body over and keeps it in front of him.
The 1-1 pitch. Just off the plate. A 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you would think right now he's going to go back to that slider, so Carlos has to be ready to keep that slider in front of him in case he bounces this pitch, looking for a strikeout.
Richards ready, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Schebler. 2 down. 11th strikeout of the night. Matching a career high, 3rd time he's done that.
After some hard sliders and a hard fastball, he drops a big curveball. Nasty pitch from Richards. Front shoulder tucked in. You see that finger off the baseball. The rotation starts at the letters and ends up almost in the dirt.
So it's Chase Utley at the plate with 2 outs, tying run standing at 3rd base. Utley tonight 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. Fastball in there for a strike.
Well, you can see the way he's going after Utley here. He's geared up. He's not leaving anything in the tank right here. 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Richards.
Breaking ball rolled foul right toward Adrian Gonzalez in the on-deck circle. There's a nice little assist.
I know. It was like a hockey player.
Yeah, right.
Tipped it in.
Right into the dugout suites. Nice move by Gonzalez. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the 8th. 2-1 Angels. Peterson leading off the inning with a double, with sacrifice to 3rd, and that's where he stands. Oh, 2. Foul back. Went upstairs to that 96-mile-per-hour fastball.
Still difficult to get a fastball by Utley. He's got that short, compact swing. He fouled that one back pretty hard, straight back. Even upstairs at 96.
Another 0-2 on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses.
And that's that little back door, that slider we're talking about, just missing off the outside corner. It's a different rotation, different spin for a hitter to try to read.
Adrian Gonzalez on deck, the 1-2. This one shot down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Peterson comes in to score. Utley on his way to second. It's an RBI double, and we are tied at 2. Utley with his 18th double of the season picks up his 35th one batted in.
That looked like a backdoor curveball. And Utley stayed back this time and shot the ball to left field. See how still his head was. He was looking to hit the ball that way. And gets a big clutch double for the Dodgers. And Richards, who threw the ball exceptionally well in this game. Tough one on that one.
Pitching change as Garrett is done after 7 2/3. It's a 2-2 game here in the 8th.
That breaking ball that Utley hit right down the left field line. 7 2/3 is 4 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, 11 strikeouts. Tied a career high with that third time he has done that. Hoping now for Jose Alvarez to pick him up and keep that runner stranded at second, keep it tied.
Alvarez pitched last night. Tonight pitching in his 52nd game of the season, 3-3 mark and a 3.81 ERA. Jose last night 1 inning and 1 hit. He comes in to face Adrian Gonzalez. Chase Utley, the go-ahead run, standing at second base. It's a 2-2 game here in the 8th with 2 outs. Gonzalez with 2 walks and a strikeout. That puts him at 0 for 1. First pitch, a fastball for a strike. Oh, 1. Lays off. They want an appeal. He did go. Count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Utley picking up the RBI, his 35th, and extends his hitting streak to 8 games with that 2-out double. 2-out, 2-strike double down the left field line. 1-1. Good breaking ball. 1-2.
And more than likely, the reason why he was able to track that ball away was because his slider, the pitch before, was on the outer part of the plate. Also, he stayed back on. He was determined to hit the ball to left field.
1-2 pitch. Gonzalez takes a called strike 3 for the 3rd out, but the Dodgers tied up on the Utley double. We head to the bottom of the 8th, top of the order coming up for the Angels in a 2-2 tie.
take a look at that game in Kansas City. Morales on the mound. Sano, look how far he hit this ball. It's in the 13th inning. Hits it out way out to left field, almost against that Hall of Fame building. As the Twins win in extra innings against Kansas City to maintain that wild card hopes for the Minnesota Twins.
There's a look at the wild card standings. Texas has the second wild card spot. Minnesota 2 back. And the Angels at the start of the day 4.5 back. Texas was trailing Seattle. Houston leading Oakland.
Pretty much every game from this point forward is a must game, but especially tonight. You have to win this game tonight.
Angels have put themselves in this position, and you're right, it's a must-win almost every single night now. Luis Avilan takes over on the mound. 65th game of the year. 2-4 record, a 3.94 ERA. Second appearance in the series. He pitched Monday night through a total of 7 pitches.
Avilan's fastball is 91-96. Cut fastball, curveball, changeup. Throws quite a few changeups.
Avilan ended up going 1/3 of an inning Monday. Gave up 2 runs on 2 hits. Cole Calhoun, Mike Trout, and Albert Pujols in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cole 0 for 2. Ground down, a strikeout, a sac fly. Fouls that one back. Cole takes inside. Evens the count at 1-1. Could be a 1-batter situation with Pedro Baez, the righty, getting ready for the Dodgers now. Jim Johnson, a 1-2-3-7. There's that off-speed pitch. 1-2.
And not afraid to throw that changeup, even though a left-handed batter. It's never a bad idea. It used to be the rule of thumb you didn't throw a changeup if you were a left-handed pitcher against a lefty. If you can throw that pitch underneath the hands, all you can do if you make contact is pull a foul.
Cole got a piece of it, keeps his at bat alive. That one at 95. Got to gear up for that 95, and all of a sudden you get that changeup as he did in the previous pitch. Avilan hides the ball pretty well. '15th game wearing a Dodger uniform. No record in a 5.23 ERA since coming over from Atlanta. Lays off. I wanted a peel. Did not go. It's 2-2. Two now. That is pulled down the right field line. That'll get down. It's a base hit. Calhoun keeps on running. Ethier bobbles the baseball. Cole keeps on motoring to third, and he is in there safely. The go-ahead run at third base.
Well, we've seen some energy going into that third base tonight. Featherston now. Cole after that bobble by Ethier in right field. More than likely will pick up his 4th error of the season. Returns on that fastball inside, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and hooks it right down the line. And Ethier trying to cut it off, get himself into throwing position off the heel of his glove and by him. Looks like it'll probably be a double and then an error, allowing Cole to get into third base.
Exactly what it is. 22nd double of the year. Ethier with the bobble commits his 4th error. Don Mattingly's out of the dugout, and that's going to be it. But Baez ready to go, and Trout coming up. They are going to go to Baez. So Avila gives up the leadoff double. And Cole standing at third base because of the error by Ethier. So we have ourselves a pitching change. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Avila is done. Baez coming in. It's a 2-2 game with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Third on the error by Andre Ethier. Nobody out here. And Mike Trout is the scheduled batter. He'll face Pedro Baez. Comes into the ballgame for the 43rd time this year. 4-2 and a 3.46 ERA. He pitched last night. Ended up throwing 7 pitches. Faced 2 batters, gave up 2 hits, and was charged with 2 runs. Trout 0 for 1 in his career against Baez. Just now finishing up his warm-up pitches. Would imagine that the infield will be playing in with nobody out. See where the outfield plays for the Dodgers. Tim Waller discussing things with Don Mattingly.
Looks like they're going to pitch to Trout.
So the infield playing halfway, although Oakland looks like he's playing back.
It almost look like they're willing to give up a run here potentially.
In the bottom of the 8th.
Means they have a lot of confidence in coming back out in 9th.
Yeah. First one for Baez. Fastball. A called strike in the top part of the strike zone. Trout tonight 1 for 3. Singled into third.
Now they're bringing the infield in a little bit more so now.
The 0-1. Tight.
Trout just looking to square up a baseball right now. Barrel of the bat.
Beach ball has come out of the field down the left field line. Time is called. Outfield pretty much at normal depth. Peterson shading Trout toward right center field. Shoveler straight up and left. Same with Ethier and right. One off speed in there for a strike. Took something off of that one. A slider or something.
Yeah, slider with cut fastball that kind of backed up a very hittable zone. I would imagine he's going to try to go upstairs now above the strike zone against Trout.
One-two pitch. This one's pulled foul. One away. Right where Barnes was set up too. That's exactly what they wanted to do, is go away from him.
Ethier playing extremely deep in right field. A little flare in the right field, especially if you're going away. For Trout, will get the job done.
Infield still at halfway. Pujols on deck. Dodgers tying it up in the top of the inning. Trout, a piece of it, rolls it foul. Keeps his at-bat alive.
Most important thing as a hitter in these situations is quiet hands at the plate. Don't try to force the issue. He's got enough on the fastball. If you can square it up, it's going to go a long enough distance to get the job done.
1-2 again. Trout strikes out swinging. One down. 99.
Went right down the heart of the plate, challenged him. Fastball by him. You see Mike just pulled off on that pitch. Just enough to get that fastball by him. The shoulder, front shoulder open up and the head moved.
Rick Honeycutt now out. One out and a man at third. Home plate umpire Sam Holbrook out to break up the meeting. Albert tonight 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. See what the Dodgers do defensively here now with Albert at the plate. Seager and Turner playing in on the left side. Utley shading Albert towards second. Van Slyke off the line at first. Albert with a ground ball to second, third, and short tonight. Here comes the first one from Baez. Downstairs.
That fastball at 99 with movement, sink movement. Not an easy pitch to catch if your Barnes behind the plate. Now he almost handcuffed him. No wild pitches this season yet for Baez.
The Angels have been fortunate in that category. They've scored 16 runs via the wild pitch, and that leads Major League Baseball. Back up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Cole Calhoun scores, and the Angels retake the lead. It's 3-2.
That's got to feel exceptionally good for Albert Pujols to come through with that clutch single right up the middle. And it was elevated enough and out over the plate. Instead of trying to pull it, he uses the middle of the field and scores. Cole Calhoun. You try to pull that, you're not going to be able to score. Nice job by Albert going down the line with that big base hit. RBI number 83 on the season. A huge one for Pujols.
He's at first base with one out. Here's Murphy. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Houston Street will get loosened in the pen now. He will get the 9th inning. Murphy fouls it off. That run gets charged to Avila.
And the interesting thing, when Albert got to first base, he pointed in at the bench to leave him stay at first base at this moment. Although that's a big run down there. If Albert gets the second at some point, Mike Scioscia may indeed pinch run for him.
Murphy flips one down the left field line. Long run for everybody. A slicing foul and out of play. Tough not to want a pitch runner for Albert, dealing with that sore right foot, especially with one out, looking for an insurance run. Oh, 2 count on Murphy. Crone on deck.
Nice job by Cole. A great swing and great hustle to read that, pick up Gary DeSarcina, that little bobble by Ethier in right. And we'll go head first slide and get into third base to start this inning off. Eventually score the go-ahead run.
Murphy cues it foul right to CJ. Murphy takes inside, 1-2.
100 miles an hour on that fastball.
"13 pitches for Baez. He struck out Trout. And Pujols got him with a base hit up the middle to score Calhoun. Albert takes off, had a running start. Murphy shoots with a left. It's a base hit. Albert keeps on running. Pinch run this. First and third with one out.
He had a huge jump and some smiles in that dugout right now for Albert going. See the energy on that bench tonight. It's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs. It's almost in the catcher's mitt. It's close to catcher's interference. It was so late on the swing. And Albert's going, a big jump, looking back, seeing that ball into that outfield grass, and then cruises into third base.
Murphy heads back to the dugout. Colin Cowgill pinch runs for him at first base. And Murphy's in the dugout saying, wait a second now. You're pinch running for me? Not the big guy? Got to give Dave some grief about that.
We'll do that on Friday for sure. Albert doing that best Muhammad Ali, the little rope-a-dope, thinking he's not going to go, and he ended up going on the pitch.
He said he was going to stop running when he got to 100 stolen bases in his career.
Oh, yeah, said the last day or so he's feeling a little bit better with his foot.
A lot of conversations going on. First and third, one out. Here's Crone. 0 for 2. A fly ball left, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch. Got drilled on an 0-2 count in the 6th inning. Joel Peralta getting ready for the Dodgers. Street's ready to go for the Angels. Down into the dirt. Nice block by Barnes. That ball bouncing about a foot in front of the plate. One run in, and the Angels looking for more. Big lead for Calgill at first base. This is grounded to second base. Utley to Seager at the first, double play, but the Angels do get the run and snaps the tie. We head to the ninth inning. The Angels leading it 3-2. By Ethier, followed by the one-out base hit by Pujols, giving the Angels a one-run lead here in the ninth inning. It means Houston Street takes over on the mound, looking to close this one out. Houston pitching in his 53rd game, 3-2 record, 2.68 ERA, 32 saves, and he's going to face Turner, Ethier, and Seager here in the ninth inning. He'll also have a new left fielder. Colin Cowgill stays in the game to play left. And a new first baseman, Efren Navarro, takes over for C.J. Cron.
Street with 16 career saves against the Dodgers. Know them very well from his days with the San Diego Padres also.
Been a while since Houston pitched. Picked up his 32nd save Friday's contest against Texas. Turner tonight 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to center. Swinging first pitch, fouls it off. The fly ball to center that Turner hit was more of a drive in the 6th inning. With 2 men on, tracked down by Trout. Aggressive to get the Street swinging at that first pitch. 0-1. Ground ball to short. Ibar has it. One away.
For that all-important first out of the 9th. Ground ball out for Houston Street, right at Eric Ibar, the former Gold Glove winner.
Ethier takes a strike. 0 for 3 tonight. Off the plate. Evens count at 1-1. Jose Alvarez, pitcher of record for the Angels. He struck out Adrian Gonzalez with 2 outs, and Utley standing at second in the 8th. Good off-speed pitch.
Great changeup.
The 1-2 upstairs.
Try to get him to chase a fastball off the plate.
This one lined to short. 2 down.
Set him up with that fastball to pitch before and throw a changeup off the outside part of the plate. Off the end of the bat, rated Eric Ibar. Situated perfectly in that position towards the second base bag in the shortstop position.
First one to Seager, up and away. Seager tonight 1 for 3. Rolls this one toward Featherston at second base. Flips it over to the ball. Like that, baby, Evans, the Angels finally get off the schneid against the Dodgers. They snap that 8-game losing streak. They take the final one tonight, 3-2.
Well, what a well-played game, well-pitched game for the Halos. Just enough swings and some aggressive base running for the Halos in this game as Houston Street picks up his 33rd save of the season. Jose Alvarez picks up the W, going 4-3 now in the season. Avalon takes a loss, 2-5, but Featherston picking up his first major league triple with a hustle play, and a hustle play by Cole Calhoun, and double, and a little bobble by Ethier in right field allowed him to aggressively go to third, and then Albert Pujols on a 91-mile-an-hour pitch used the middle of the field in a clutch RBI single, giving the Halos this 3-2 win, a must-win tonight. High-energy game here at the Big A as they pull this one out and finally get a W against the Dodgers. 1-5 on the season in the Freeway Series, but that last one, the most important one, picked it up on that swing by Albert, feeling good enough to go on a hit and run and get to third base. Eventually was stranded there at third, but what a game for the Halos. The energy level in this ball game was outstanding, and Albert Pujols, what a swing he had. Coming through, clutch with that base hit. Alex Curry's going to be down there right now with the man with the big hit, Albert Pujols.
Albert, the way this series has gone, how big is this win for this team to get things back on track?
Well, it's definitely a big win. You know, obviously after we lost the lead right there in the 8th and top of the 8th, but Gary did an unbelievable job. You know, he kept us in the game the whole 9. It's not easy to pitch against those guys on the other side, so he'll give us a good chance to win tonight.
It's a tough way to see him go out there after a lights-out performance. So how big was that hit for you to help get this team that win and help Garrett Richards?
Well, anytime we win, it's a big win for us. There's not tomorrow. You know, we don't have that many games left, and obviously it's a huge win. And tomorrow we got a day off, we relax, and then we have a big series coming out this weekend.
You had a big hustle there going first to third. If you looked into the dugout, it looked like the team was loving it. Kind of shows the camaraderie here on this team, even when things aren't totally going your way.
Well, definitely. I think that's the main thing. A lot of people don't get to see that, but we have a great ball club. We have fun, and we enjoy every night. And obviously, we had a big support of our fans tonight, and we just don't give up.
It was a big winning day for you. You got the wiffle ball game that you won earlier today, bringing over the good luck here at the Big A.
Awesome. Hopefully, we can do that this weekend, so thank you.
Well, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you.
The Angels take Game 3 of this Freeway Series and avoid the sweep. Big game for Garrett Richards. Angels Live with Patrick O'Neill, Tim Salmon, and Jose Mota is next.